no remedy. All my thoughts come from loud and some Hennessy. God told me show mercy to my enemy. What the devil saying make his ass a memory. I'm blacking out and yesterday is just a blur to me. And the only way to stop me is to murder me. I spit it hot, I burn the track to the 3rd degree. A surgeon to the beat, I give it open heart surgery. I give it life, I keep it real. I'm spitting life, my wrongs, my rights, my kids and wife. Life's a gamble, I'm pitching dice. Bob Barker grind, looking for the right price. Stuck in the trap for the cheese like mice. Lands on.
Yeah. If somebody come in here and you.
Yep. We're talking about that shit. Yo. Where'd everybody go?
I'm right here.
I know you there, but anyway.
He gotta get out to share. He gotta get out to share. Okay, do you gotta do that again? One time.
Info guy, I hear you taking these jabs at Android again. First of all, y'all bum ass iPhone users gonna realize 90% of your phone is Android.
Hey.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but we can actually share things and still be on. So.
Yeah, I have to log off to log on other shit. Right?
That's because this is some type of illegal stream. See, we don't allow illegal activity on our phones. They got to approve half our shit. That's why they let y'all have what's that shit? What's this thing? Clubhouse. You notice they didn't get that shit to us. They let y'all have that bullshit.
Yo, get aboard, yo. What, yo? You need one. Definitely need one.
All right.
Yo, welcome to another episode of a PMP Show.
Yeah, man. It's fucking Monday, man. Shit.
Facts.
Go eat. Go eat.
Yo, got Blue up.
Oh, yeah. You got the homie in the building.
Yeah, the homie is in the building.
You know what it is.
I really want to use my little mic, but since I'm on my gamer shit, I'm still gonna be doing this. For the fans of it all.
Janet Jackson in control. Like
control.
She was dancing while she performed.
Uh-huh.
All right, but I got to build it too. I got my brother-in-law here too. He's sitting in to the conversation.
Oh, that's what's up.
What's up,
Shout
brother-in-law?
out to brother-in-law in the building.
What's up, brother-in-law?
What up? You do look like Janet too.
Hey, it's Miss Blue Jay if you're nasty.
Uh-oh.
Now, hey, I'm nasty. And I support you.
He said brother-in-law, so technically he has to be married to somebody.
I ain't got no ring on my damn finger. I ain't married.
Oh shit.
Moving on.
Moving right along.
So, yo, I know the first thing we wanted to dive into was like, we don't have no choice, because if you turn on your social media and
shit is everywhere,
you're gonna be talking about the brawl, you know what I'm saying, the brawl on the water, on the dock.
The riverboat riot.
The riverboat
riot.
It was like 100 names I found on that shit today.
Yeah, man.
Give us a couple of those names. I want to hear it, because right now I'm feeling Montgomery.
Alabama Tea Party is hilarious.
Alabama Tea Party, Joy, yo, that shit happened.
That shit is hilarious, yo. But yeah, man, let's get into it, because some sucker MCs tried the security. First of all, to give a little bit of backstory, who the fuck are you to think you could just tell a whole boat they can't dock? Like, nigga, this is a cruise ship. Talk about some we ain't moving. So if you haven't seen the video, that's kind of how the shit started.
That's the entitlement.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, entitlement. Yeah, there you go.
Oh man.
If you got
the entitlement to even think. You about to play an info guy?
That's superiority complex at best.
Right.
Definitely that.
false sense of superiority at that.
And then to just disrespect the authority of the person that's in control of that area. Like, come on, man.
The motherfuckers feel like
And when I first saw the video, I was hollering. I'm ready to watch it again.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I seen the aftermath. I didn't see like the beginning first. So I just seen when niggas was fucking them up. I was like, oh shit, I wonder what they did to make them get jumped. So then I seen this part. I was like, oh, that's what happened.
Yeah, but then when my man threw his hat up, bro, like
yeah,
he was like,
he had it.
Yeah,
he had it up to here. He said, fuck this shit.
He took his hat off and just slugged that shit up and was like, fuck it, let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, but the ad-libs, yo, I hope he got the one with the video with Shorty with the ad-libs. Like, she had the whole commentary.
Go, young boy.
Go, young boy. He's swimming his ass over. He about to get over there.
Right, right. Info guy, you gonna push play? That nigga came out of there like looking like a wrestler running from backstage. Yeah.
Yo, this is like
that shit had me howling.
That nigga was, first of all, he had to catch his breath though.
Yeah.
That nigga had to catch. He was tired as shit. That nigga like.
But he showed up. He said, "But I'm here though."
He's like,
We got action, baby. We ain't gonna do nothing. Arrest that ass. Oh Lord.
So I just wonder what happened after this because it looked like everybody had walked away.
They ready. Oh, they ready.
Oh, so
Big boy bumping like good game. Look out.
Somebody said.
Red back.
The girl that was on it.
That's the. Yeah.
Man, they couldn't do that with that man. They jumped off. You had to sit on him. I'm running, man. I'm scared.
I didn't even see all this part, y'all.
That's my brother.
Don't get to him.
What the hell? Yeah, these white folks jumped on this black man that work security. We trying to get on the zipper cycle, the Marriott trying to come through. And the man was telling them to move their boat because the Marriott couldn't dock so the boat could get off. And everybody on the zipper cycle, we just wait. Why these folks just swung on and jumped on this black man, baby? The crew member that jumped out the Marriott, baby. They whooping ass, baby. Now come up out that boat, baby. They ready to move out.
Oh, damn, that's the crew. Oh, they about to get
They still shaking.
Yeah.
They about to get sued.
Yeah.
They like, what's up?
No, what I'm saying is there was a video of them fighting already.
Yeah.
Okay. That's I know that's what I'm saying. I knew they was the employees was fighting. I was trying to figure out how they got it. I didn't see that.
Oh my God!
Police right there. She just let it. Look at the police. She said, "You know what? Let me go ahead and get police."
It's like the first video I seen. Everyone's like, "What the fuck happened?"
She taking her time. The female police, she taking her time. She know what to do that ass.
Because I kept seeing the
A white boy in the water.
She got cracked with that shit, yo.
Cause y'all were wrong.
Oh, no, they didn't throw the boy in the water.
Right around the time she's getting out that water when the girl got hit in the head with the chair. Because you can see her in the background pushing this.
Yeah, he got her too.
Jumped in the water.
Yeah. Getting that ass. Oh, look at the bras. The bras dropping that ass.
Hey, info press, pause it.
On that black man like
Only reason why I'm saying that because it's I think because it's lagging. Like the video was a lot smoother than that, but you see how I
Oh,
was kind
okay.
of jumping around.
Yeah, we
That
gotta know.
is hilarious. I didn't see
Yeah,
any of
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't
The
see all
video
of
was a
that.
lot smoother than that. Yeah, it was kind of lagging and kind of skipping a little bit, but I think you on mute, Jimmy.
Nigga shoot.
Oh, me?
Oh, there you go.
The Alabama Slammer.
Oh,
Can't beat him out of
Yeah, that was fucking hilarious, bro. That was hilarious, yo.
dude who made the video talk about the old man, like he was like, man, I figured the old man could throw. He said the old man. He said that old man could surely throw him. Yo, that
Oh
shit.
yeah, they had a video of the dude that got beat up on no
Yeah,
jump.
For
yo,
real.
Yeah.
See, you know what I smiled when I seen that? Because what I thought about what I wish would have happened when AI and them got in that shit in the bowling alley and ain't nobody helped them niggas jump on them and it was just really them couple fighting all of them niggas in the bowling alley. That's what made me think of some shit like that. Like that's how that shit should have went down. You know what I mean? Like soon as it popped off, it should have just
I
been
ain't see
total
that.
chaos up in there.
I missed
But
that. What you talking about?
yeah, that was when he was in high school. That's the whole shitty when he got in trouble in high school. Like in the whole, somebody said nigga in the background was fucking with him the whole time. They ended up fighting and shit. But they was in high school. It was like 5 or 6 of them versus a whole bowling alley. And I'm sure it was other black people in there that ain't even.
Who you talking about, Iverson?
Yeah, Iverson. Yeah, AI. Yeah. That's what made me
Oh,
think of that.
they so disrespectful, to be honest. Like even I was on Instagram and I was on a post where there was like some old cartoons. Remember those old cartoons that they used to have that depicted like colonization and
Oh
like
yeah.
the land grab and the gold rush and the wars over the Indian territory. Remember how they used to depict the Indians? They had them looking like savages while they was taking their land and had them, So I
Yep.
saw one of them videos. I said, I remember these cartoons. They used to tell the stories about colonization. Nothing but white men came up under there insulting me, telling me I had a low IQ, telling me to shut the fuck up. I mean, just out of nowhere, And I'm like, first of all, I don't know you. Second of all, you don't got to come address me, and I'm telling the truth. These cartoons were satirical at best, and they depicted, all of that. But I
Yeah.
just don't understand why they so rude and disrespectful and why you think it's okay, especially on the internet. Like, I
Because
really
it was
wish
a
they
bu-
had the fear that we would bring them that energy anytime they got out of line.
because they don't believe we have any type of authority
Mhm.
at
Yeah.
all. Like when we got some type of authority, whether it be the nigga that told them that, hey, y'all need to move. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just anything. They just think, oh, well, you ain't nobody. You just a nigga. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
That's
Yeah,
how they
they
feel.
can't they
Automatically.
can't survive without niggas. They need niggas to even compare their own existence too. Like the only reason why they feel like they're somebody is because they compare themselves to us because of how they collectively treat us. Like we literally just be. We are ungoverned souls and spirits, and they seem so soulless and jealous. Even with all this fake superiority and with all this authority and with all this power
still,
that they have, why are you still so hateful? Like, ain't you on top of the world? Like we
I
chilling
mean,
where we at.
but that's the main reason why they have to be that way. Because I mean, when you really know the truth, like when you know somebody, sorry to say it and sound like this though, but when you know somebody is more superior than you come up with this control tactic. And like nowadays, like they used to paint these pictures like, oh, these motherfuckers are savages. Like them, like that's how they would paint the pictures, like of like they, the media controls such a big image on us. Like nowadays, I'm glad for social media. Like I'm glad for that because now they seeing like because people say shit like this, which pisses me the fuck off when a white person to say some shit like, oh, your kids are well behaved or
Yeah.
well spoken.
Outspoken. Right.
What you mean by that? You know what I'm saying? So this picture is painted. So now that we're out of that, so now they can't paint that type of, yeah, these guys are savage. So now they're actually really pissed off. Like we equal, damn near. Like, cause
Well, we'll never be their equals, and they know that. That's why they went out of their way to create this cast. It is virtually and biologically and scientifically impossible to ever be their equals because we'll always be above them, even when we have less. That's why we think we deserve so much. That's why we still be acting rich and shit, and we supposed to be the impoverished class. They up there at the top supposed to have access to the whole world, but still feeling real deficient and hateful. Like, naturally, biologically, we are actually superior. And science says so, but we ain't even trying to flex like that. We just really be chilling.
Yo, they in the,
and they cannot stand our being. Like,
they in the office like, damn, we threw everything at these niggas. God damn, they just like, God damn.
But you know what though? Y'all don't think that they know that, and they more so studying us and dissecting us, trying to be us. Like, you know, we see all of these black kids and, you know, disappearing, you know, coming up with their organs missing and how they're trying to duplicate the womb. And if, you know, the black, you know, going back to what we always say, the black woman being God, like, I think it's beyond trying to defeat us. I think they just trying to recreate us or combine with us, you know, if that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, you know, they act like they mad that they bloodline being tainted. See, they want the benefits of the melanin without the skin color changing, but they know that you know what I'm saying? So
because the change of the skin color is what gives them differentiation.
Right.
However, they are biologically recessive, genetically recessive, and they can only replicate their bloodline so many times before it cancels itself out. So they can't even go beyond existence without us. And I know that got to be some hurtful shit. And a lot of what they're going through is anti-nature. It's a lot of things that are just unnatural about their existence altogether. You know what I'm saying? We're just natural beings, and they're just they're unnatural in a lot of ways. They're human nonetheless, but they're definitely newer humans, you know? So to come here and to flex on the people that's been here, you learned everything from us. Even from they learned the first white doctors over here learned how to do C-sections from Africans in the jungle.
Surgery, all that shit, bro.
All that, every single thing that they know, they learned from us. They couldn't embody the magic because they're too disconnected from the source. So therefore, they just imitate the magic. That whole story, just like in the Bible, like how what's his name? Moses was like, "Let my people go." Was that right? Yeah.
That
so
was
he showed the magic of God. They imitated the magic with. No, when he showed the true power of God, they imitated the power of God with just like trickery. That's what we're going. That's what's happening.
That's all they got is trickery, though.
It is. It's trickery. It's all trickery and sorcery. And even after all of this, we still can find peace. We still can support them. We still respect them as human beings. And they can't even give us the bare fucking minimum. Like, this man can't even say, "Hey, man, look at this boat full of hundreds of people." Can you move your little boat of 6 people so that these hundreds of people can fucking do what they paid to do?
Exactly.
You know? That level of entitlement is out of control.
I'm an American, and I deserve. I can keep my boat right here. My great grandfather Fort. You know what I'm saying? They start, busting that shit down. And who are you? And man, shut the. You know what I'm saying?
And then for this to happen in Alabama, like if this might have been in Cali or New York, Miami, somewhere, you might have got away with them. They was just drunk and out of control. But in Alabama, my nigga, you know what that stemmed from. I'm sure nigga flew out their mouth 10 times before they even started fighting. You know what I mean? Like, and that's when Buddy probably threw his hat up like, "Yo, I'm sick of this shit. You ain't gonna call me nigga again."
That's the sign, right? That's
right. Like, he tried to be professional. He tried.
Call me nigga one more time.
One more time, I'm fucking you up. I'm gonna fuck you up.
I just wish I wish everybody would have got there sooner. I mean, shout out to little Black Aquaman. He was like, he would have got there a little bit sooner. You know what I'm saying? It was the waters of the ancestors that was propelling him along the way. He had to catch when he got there. But I wish more people would have got off that boat as soon as the first guy laid hand on it. I wish they'd have got drugged right there.
It was good because they got what they deserved at the end. Like, I was comfortable with the timing of it because it looked like we had each other's back. Like, no matter where the fuck or what was going on. We was like, yo, as a matter of fact,
And with the timing, nobody can say, "Oh, they jumped the gun." They had time. Like
Yeah.
they had
Yeah.
plenty of time to say, "They ain't nobody
Technology, right, Crush?
off."
yeah, ain't
No
nobody.
white people
Yeah,
try to go and
facts.
pull them off.
Ain't
And
no
break it
white
up.
people pulled them off.
Nobody.
Nobody
Right.
Yeah.
save them. So
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
that's a fact.
You're right. There was enough
Yeah,
time.
none of them that ran up on a situation came to break it up. They all came to put hands on him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Yeah.
So they were putting hands on him. Like, I mean,
No. I'm talking about the white people at the beginning, like you said. None of them ran up to break it up.
Yeah.
They ran up to fuck them up. You know what I'm saying? So, like you said, yeah, hell yeah.
Time was perfect.
Yeah.
Tommy
Hey,
was perfect.
they beat his ass though.
Yeah, now
They beat his ass. I was like,
Yeah.
oh hell no, they whooped
Oh
his
yeah, they fucked
ass.
him up. They fucked him up, man.
Ain't even
He
lying.
got a mean civil suit coming. See, now this the thing. Sometimes you gotta play it smart. I might have let them fuck me up. And because I knew my people was coming to save me, nigga. I'm suing the company I work for. I'm suing them. Man, by the time I'm done, I'm worth 15, 20 million. It might have took a couple years, but I got it.
he still got a lawsuit. Where the
Oh,
fuck?
he definitely do. He definitely do.
Where's his backup at though?
Yeah, he was the only nigga working the dock. Oh shit.
I mean, but it's a fucking job.
Yo, he got a
Ah,
run.
yeah, that's why I'm suing the company. You ain't have adequate help. I ain't had no taser or nothing to stop this shit.
Yo, Z, think about this. This man was probably doing the ship because they say he got off the ship and tried to told him to move. Was that the case? Because this is what I'm hearing.
I'm not too sure.
Huh?
He moved the boat himself because they
Yeah,
wasn't
that's what I said. That's what I saw that.
Yo,
Okay.
so the boat
That he got on there and decided to move the boat himself.
So it's
He took it off the shit. He took
What?
it off the thing.
security air fight over a mob. Nah,
Right.
got a lawsuit regardless with that situation.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
true.
I mean, he
One-on-one without a
definitely.
gun. One of the viewers said, "1-on-1 without a gun, they ain't shit," and that is the truth. When it comes down to hand combat, they are defeated every time. And if you know the history, it took them a long time to get their asses even over into Africa when they first started trying to colonize, because they kept getting their asses whooped with sticks and stones. They had to create a weapon in order so that they could shoot from a distance. You know what I'm saying? The gun definitely changed the game, but hand and foot combat, they was getting their asses handed to them. Didn't matter if the tribe.
And I blame China for that because China invented gunpowder. So
Yeah.
China's the starter, the catalyst of that shit. They really fucked the game up when they invented that shit.
Yeah, they took all the fairness off the table with that.
Right,
The guns
right.
wasn't nothing but just a replication of the arrows.
Right.
Them motherfucking arrows, and throw
Yep.
sticks and stones.
Yep.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's why niggas know how to make a little zip gun, a little pop gun. Get you a little tube, but we ain't gonna give the instructions on here, but you can make you something. One little bullet, it ain't a real bullet, but bah! Hit the nigga one good time, he out of there, yo. That shit gonna leave a trace.
Bro said,
yeah, it's a play called a pop gun or a zip gun. Yeah.
With their minds. Like it ain't the bullet, it's our minds. Like they still got our minds to this day, bro.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Mentality, you know what I mean? Just like she say, like we still go support these motherfuckers. After they beat our ass, we'll still go to the store and buy shit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? We don't feel good until we wear them.
Yo, we don't feel good till we wearing their shit. Or on their accepted body.
Eating their restaurants.
Mentally. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, speaking of wearing their shit, I heard Beyonce just endorsed a black-owned purse business, and that brought down the value of like Birkin bags.
Oh wow!
Already,
yeah, she endorsed a black-owned. So I feel like we coming around, and it's gonna take some help from some of the higher powers of our community to help do that. But I think we definitely coming around.
Let me ask y'all a question. Did y'all know that the guy who started the lawsuit for affirmative action, his name is Eric Blum, I believe. So it's a white guy, he's Jewish, right? Okay. Has nothing to do with affirmative action. It's really just a powerful Jewish person, right?
Right.
So anyway, he put the lawsuit in for affirmative action, first thing he did was he invited white women, young white women, to help him be the face of the lawsuit.
Mm.
So this lawsuit started like 10 years ago.
Okay,
I'm getting to it. It didn't matriculate to anything until he brought in an Asian, right? So when the Asian did it, obviously it passed everything else. This dude literally is now suing a black woman-owned venture capitalist group who's literally raised like almost $100 million in funds to help black businesses, and he's suing them because he's stating that they are not having any type of inclusion because the funds and the money that's going to is going to black-owned businesses.
Let me say this, bro. And
they trying to dismantle us for sure.
right, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said, let me say this, and I'm see, and this goes back, and y'all just follow me where I'm going with this. It goes back to this motherfucker Barry, right? When you try to include everybody, when inclusion became a thing, and I'm talking about Mr. Obama, when inclusion became a thing, when everybody can be everything and everybody can be fucking anything, you open Pandora's box. Now you have shit like this to where now you have this type of lawsuit being filed against an all-black business and saying, hey, why you can't include white people now? Why you can't? You see what I'm saying? But I'm telling you, it all started there because you opened a box that just included everything. You see what I'm saying? Like,
so we need to start suing back. So stop Asian hate. We need to sue somebody because why is it stop Asian hate? Why can't it be stop all hate or black people hate too? So I mean, we just gotta learn how to play the game the way that they play the game. We gotta put these pieces across the chessboard because we have anything they could do, we can do, and we need to go ahead and let them be the model of how we're supposed to maneuver this capitalist society.
Because what it is anybody that ever had to be in that courtroom and really fight a real case, you know, wordplay is everything. And what this nigga did, this slick ass Jewish nigga did, he's right. He can go and start seeking out these different companies, being like, hey, why are you not catering to us? And then start fighting like Blue just said, now you attacking our pockets. Now we got to pay all these fucking civil suits out. I got to pay 50 million over here. I got to pay 80 million over here. The same way we was attacking these white companies, they got grounds to do it against us. And all they're going to do is pull these cases that when we did it against them. You know what I'm saying? This such and such versus Sears, such and such versus Walmart. Hey, okay, well, such and such versus Tamika and such hairdresser.
And that's
you always put the white people to the back of the list. You see what I'm saying? Silly shit like that won't start happening.
We're gonna go search such and such versus L'Chaim Haklou,
right,
or whatever,
right?
Because they got organizations that's strictly geared to them.
Right, right. There you go. Yeah,
so they can do whatever, but we just need to do the.
We got to do the same thing. Yep.
And
like you said,
Obama,
Yep.
I think with Obama, they just allowed them to have. They allowed them to put him in that forefront of inclusion.
Right, that's what I'm saying, and that's why I said that all the lines got blurred at that point. When you started blurring the lines, it's like there has to be separation in certain things. You know what I'm saying? But once the lines got blurred, it's like, okay, well, every fucking thing is fair game now. You know what I mean? I'm really trying to figure out how I can identify. I just don't want to disrespect the people that died for me and my black skin. How can I go somewhere and identify as a Jewish man? You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm a rich Jewish man. You letting this motherfucker say he's such and such. I'm a rich Jewish man. Let me in this community.
I identify as Chinese American.
So we need to start doing that shit, is what y'all saying?
Yeah.
Whatever they do, I mean, it sounds ignorant, but yeah.
Because this day game. We are so far removed from our own nature and the root of our own existence. Like literally, everything's going to cancel itself out eventually. Everything is going to go back
Everything
to black.
is.
Everything's going to
Yep.
return to source. These motherfuckers out here just trying to have a field day with their little bit of time here in existence on Earth. We are infinite people. We are infinite beings. So right now, I don't know what's happening on the cosmic scale of things, but we're having to share this time and this space with these extraterrestrials. Okay. So in the meantime and in between time, we're going to have to learn how to play the game their way. We're going to have to figure out how to play it exactly how they play it, because we're not on our own playing field. We're on their playing field. We are.
They'll probably all leave Caucasian because we could. Hey yo, check this out. Bro dropped he was like he gonna go as a prank, fill out a job application tomorrow and put Caucasian. Right. And see what happens. Because the first thing that's going to happen is they're going to say, sir, did you make a mistake? You put Caucasian on your application. He's like, no.
No, I identify. That's what I identify as. And then see what they say. You know what I mean?
So see what happened at that point.
Right.
What?
You know what? See, but the only thing is we would have to sneak info guy. You're going to have to put a secret camera on one of us. We're going to do that. And we're going to run a fucking field test. And we're going, as soon as they call us for the interview, info guy come through, hook the camera up on me or Jimmy, whichever one of us do it, and we're going to go in there. And then when they like you said, when they be like, well, wait a minute. I thought you was, nah, I just identify as that.
Excuse me,
They
sir.
actually do.
I do the same thing. Proud white woman. Oh, I identify as a white woman, and I'm very comfortable working in a full white environment.
Right.
White power.
Right.
I could be in there acting just as naive, like I don't know that I'm that nigga in the room.
Nigga, my name already Zachary, so they gonna believe the fuck out that shit. I'm gonna walk in that shit. They gonna be like, wait, what? I'm like, oh yeah.
You had us
identify as right.
Yeah, you had us. That's what they gonna say.
I almost named my son Tyler for that purpose. I almost named him Tyler. I was gonna name him Tyler. All I thought about was job applications. You need to be sovereign first. How do we go and see those comments, y'all? Because sometimes they go off so fast.
I mean, that's normally info guy's duty, but I don't know.
Oh, okay.
They're
I'm just trying to read it so we can give some participation.
You need to crush that. You need to be sovereign first, then it could be taken to the
the world court.
Like
keep us discombobulated so we don't do what the Hughes did. I like that. Okay. Y'all read fast.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, and we definitely got to stand on it. Like as far as our community, like, we just got to get on it, y'all. And all this little bullshit ways they attacking us, we got to keep fighting that fight and stay strong. But it's gonna get worse. See how they coming at us now.
Speaking of being sovereign, that really is our reparations. People think that reparations mean we're going to get some big check.
Right.
Reparations is you're going to have to tap into your sovereignty and take back your nationality. And then there are things that you can be granted that way. I think that's the reparations, which I think the word repair comes from reparations, is definitely going to be rooted in becoming sovereign and taking and establishing nationality. Because right now they don't feel like they owe no dead niggas nothing.
Right. How do y'all feel about that? Like, let's say, we claim our sovereignty, and let's say I figure out I'm just making, going to throw a country out there. Let's say from the Senegal, my people from the Senegal, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm 77% that. So I try to go back there and reestablish myself. Like, how do y'all feel about that reconnection with us who's been westernized, trying to reestablish that connection with not even our family over there, because we wouldn't know, but just trying to rebuild, that bond and being able to go up there and set up communities. But we have our traditions from over here, so we gonna fall in line.
What are we talking about?
Just wherever you from, like, once you claim that, and they be like, okay, well, you figure out where you're originally from, whatever your bloodline is predominantly, you know what I'm saying? That's why I just use the Senegal as an example. You know what I mean? So now me trying to go back over there, if I choose to leave the United States, you know what I'm saying, and establish myself and my family, like.
Let me ask y'all a question. Do y'all really trust like getting information about where you're from?
No, I don't.
From white?
And that's the other thing. Like
I could say
right.
I could say that I'm from Africa and all this stuff, and I got lineage there or whatever. But where's the proof? Like, what is the
Right? Yeah, that's the other thing too.
in DNA to you saying, you know what I'm saying? Like that could be.
So on that note, do we just say fuck it and just say everybody just pick? No. Not say fucking in a bad way. I'm saying in a good way. Say no, not in a bad way. Let's say, okay, well, this group, we gonna go to this country. Okay, y'all went over there. We gonna establish something over it and just start picking different countries in Africa to kind of start building up. You know what I mean? As opposed to just say, if we don't know.
This is our country, the Americas. The Americas is home of indigenous dark race people. We have always been here. We've been here. This is our country. It had a lot of names. Actually, this was the original Morocco. I think that they lied to us about exactly like land masses and where they are. They have a treaty from 1776 with Morocco in order to even be acknowledged as a business to port here to begin with. So if we remove the business of the United States, then what do we have? Right. The United States is just a business. It's registered as a business.
And it's always been a business.
It's a corporation. And so what they did was they had us. So I believe that the Atlantic slave trade is more rooted in a trade or an exchange of nationality, because we gave up our nationality and our indigenous rights and traded it in to become slaves of the corporation. I feel like it's more centered around that. So we got to get back down to what the fuck was this place before the United Colonies became the United States? When it was divided into territories and different tribal groups of Black people and folks. And it's a lot of rumors that the Mississippi River was the original Nile River. But then if you start reading all those old books, you find out that there was people of the Nile. We were the people of the Nile. I traced back generations of my family for about 5 generations. Nobody came from Africa. Nobody. So where the hell? So what the hell? Who are we and where do we come from?
And they say the
real, because that'd be that shit right there.
What? I don't got nobody from Ghana. I don't got no great grandma from Nigeria.
Like, no disrespect to nobody from there, but ain't nobody in my lineage ain't never been over there. And we don't look the same. We are mentally trapped, bro. And listen.
And we look, okay, so do we believe what's the shit? Remember what they taught us, Pangea, when all the continents was connected? Yeah. Do we believe that existed at one point?
That's how
I believe in that.
All right, so if we believe in that, and if we believe in that, and then we believe Eden, which they've already proven Eden was in Africa, so that's where we originated from as Black people. So when the continent separated, we still from Africa. It's just that, okay, we kind of we started spreading out. Whatever happened. Now we over here now.
If you think about it though, Africa is not a old nation. It's not an old country, bro.
It's a continent, first of all.
This mass land is older than Africa.
Yeah, the Americas is older.
Where they get all of the information, the pyramids, the everything, it comes from
the Americas.
America, bro.
But the South Americas though. Not the North Americas, the South Americas, right?
No.
Look, Ramses III, we all think that he was some ruler in Egypt, but his lineage is from here. A lot of us are descendants of Ramses III. Like there are pyramids in the damn Grand Canyon. The pyramids are all covered up. They already over here. They've been over here. We was even a people of Atlantis. I was reading one of my books.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm not debating us being over here. I was just saying, if we still all from Africa, we just kind of spread out and like we were the first explorers, you know what I'm saying? Like it's known that it's documented on Columbus ship that they documented ships sailing the opposite way. You know what I'm saying? When they was coming this way, they documented. So like you said, we've been over here. I'm just saying, I'm not debating what y'all saying. I was just saying, I wonder if our origins are still Africa. And just in our travels, we came over here and it started.
What I'm thinking is that but they originally came to the Americas
You
and colonized Africa. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Because Africa wasn't a what would you call a future foreign society? You know what I'm saying? They were still having with, you know, spears and shit and all that other shit because it hadn't been touched. It hadn't, nobody went there yet. You feel
So,
what I'm
so you saying it's the opposite. You saying we
It's the
started over
opposite,
here.
bro. This is what I'm
And
saying.
okay, I can feel
Yeah,
that. I can feel that.
if you were
Some of us started over here.
right,
I'm
so you were somebody who came to
Bro,
America and cities were already born and they were already built. What are you going to do? What are you going to say to kind of control the world? You got to say that these people aren't civilized and they ain't developed yet. Because how are you going to take that back to other countries and say, oh, we saw these big ass cities and shit like that?
Well, the only reason why I would say that because, you know, we got the Europeans out the Dark Ages, like when the Moors came up from Africa, you know what I'm saying? Like when Hannibal and all them back in the day, you know what I'm saying? Well, you know, not back in the day, but way back in the day. So that's the only thing. But I could feel like I never thought about it that way, that we didn't start in Africa. We started, you know, over here, you know, wherever it was at and migrated over there and then went up, you know what I'm saying? So I never thought of it that way.
I just want to throw one thing and then y'all can get back. But the thing is, we're not understanding, though, is that we were everywhere. You know what I'm saying? We weren't just in Africa. We weren't just.
No, what I'm saying, yeah, but where did we start? Where do y'all think we started at? That's what I was saying.
I don't think we have a start like that.
See, I think that's where we get caught up in in something that like it's hard to really put a finger on. But if you can imagine when life started though, and everybody was moving around, everyone looked like us or our complexion lighter skin.
Right.
Whatever
Right. If you're trying to make it as a landmass, I don't think we should even have that process.
Right.
It was land. We were all over the place.
That's
nobody
but
started.
Not in, what I'm saying is not in the beginning. We started somewhere first and then migrated out.
I think pockets of people were everywhere.
Okay, so let me ask you this then. All right. So you think those people all were created at the exact same time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Okay. I can dig it. I can dig
created
it.
women first, and then the rest of y'all came after.
Now, I believe in he created a man and a woman so they could procreate and make life. That's the only way life can be made. Like you can't.
But going back to what Info Guy was saying, going back to what Info Guy was saying, I wanted to be clear. See, I've always had the theory that Adam and Eve was plural. It wasn't singular. There was multiple men and multiple women created at the same time. That's why I wanted to make sure he was saying what he was saying, because I kind of believe the same thing and were placed amongst different, because I just like they're just the one man and one woman thing. It just never made sense to me, because I was like, well, how did that work? I was like, so my theory always been Adam and Eve was multiple people
of white folks. Our origins go way deeper than that. If you ever read about hold on, let me shut up on baby. Oh, if you ever read about like the Anunnaki and stuff like that, and you start reading the older texts, they were constantly experimenting and splicing, trying to create the perfect human. They to use the black womb, a black woman's womb, in order to create the perfect person. And I think that was your Adam and your Eve, because they kept trying it with other species and stuff. And it says in the text that there was all these deficiencies coming out, saying that their genitals would be leaky or their limbs would be deformed. So they finally decided to use a black woman's womb in order to create this other race of people. So Adam and Eve is definitely not our origin story.
Right.
So the women, they're actually called something. I believe it starts with an M. I'm trying to get the correct verb for describing them. But these were women that were literally like giants, bro. They were giants. They were huge. They were women, and they had obviously, and me and Jimmy has talked about this, where they literally had both organs. So they produced, human beings, men and women. So that ideology of Adam and Eve is not true, because
Okay, no. I only use that as an example. I'm not saying I believe in that theory. I was just saying that if that was the case, it had to be multiple people. Like, there's no way it could have just been Adam and Eve, because the story just made sense. Trust me, I'm not saying that I believe that
And it
wholeheartedly.
definitely wasn't Adam first.
Right. Because if we're gonna talk about the Anunnaki, we got to mention the Nephilim too, like the the fallen angels coming, mating with that. So we can go all over the place with this,
All of
but
that
I
is
still
genetic
believe.
talk, though. Y'all know that. Most of that
Oh
is
yeah,
genetic
definitely.
talks of cellular and molecular activity. It wasn't
Right.
people.
But did they manipulate something that was already here? You see what I'm saying? Did they come down and have sex, which might have been the black woman at the time?
Once they got their hands on our knowledge, our technology, they seen the fact, what we were able to do. They decided the plan, the master plan came into, and we are mentally fucked up. Like, we don't know shit. Like, we are sitting here on the platform now, and we always talk about, like, I hate when we had these conversations because it make us seem like we a certain way or whatever, but it's truth being spread. So y'all continue.
So who's the alien, us or them?
See, but I don't the aliens.
We are.
No, we have alien DNA. All of those stories. First of all, if you read any type of story, they're gonna tell you that the Earth was brown and green.
Right.
Anybody out here? Mama, sit down. And
I like this comment.
And some say Anunnaki were fallen angels, and some say it was Yakub.
They were both.
Nobody is wrong. All of this was going on. Coming here, people. This place used to be like a paradise, or Earth used to be like a heaven.
I'm in agreement with Crush too. What she said about Yakub doing the gene splicing.
Both of them are true.
Everybody's true. This is my thing. Black people will get on the internet and people on this side will say it was this, it was that, it was this. Do y'all know we are a multi-dimensional people? We are of many tribes. We are of many generations, and everybody is right within their own right, telling a different portion or piece of the story. Not one person is wrong, and we're people who really have had our identity taken away from us, and we try to pick back the pieces. We're like somebody threw drops of water, and you know what I'm saying, threw a cup of water, and all of the pieces just trying to trickle and roll back to the big puddle. That's all we're doing here.
No, I definitely, I think all of you guys have the points. Like, all of those things happen, but if we want to be, I feel like we can't be scared to talk about things like this, right? Because things is out, like the information is there. It's not a secret no more. We're not doing conspiracies. Books have been written about them. People talk about it every day. You know what I'm saying? And actually, a lot of the information that I get is from like foreign people. Like, there's this German dude who speaks about this shit all the time, and he literally says like this shit is illusion.
That's what I'm saying. Like, you'd be a fool to believe, like look at black people and look at Asian people. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nothing fucking similar between us. Not our lips, our facial features. We don't smell the same. Nothing. There's nothing same. There's no. So we couldn't have came from the same motherfucking person. You know what I mean? Like, there's just no way. I don't give a fuck what evolution did. Evolution ain't that strong.
It's saying that they came from us. The Asian scientists came out and said that they came from us. But there's a lot of DNA splicing. Okay, y'all know the story of Yakub.
Yeah.
When I first heard that story, you know who I thought about?
Who?
Hitler.
Hitler. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. He was trying to
Exactly.
create the perfect race. Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
So that's how you know that he had information that it had happened, and he was trying to
Exactly.
That's
that
what
has
it
been
is.
Exactly.
happening time after time after time. His story,
Yep.
Hitler's story ain't the first. Yaakov, they're all following the same source of information, even though they try to chop it up for their own
Right.
political
Yeah,
gains.
Castro, the
Mhm.
dude that who led, what's his name? That had led that country in Africa that they killed.
Listen,
Leopold.
yeah.
Yeah,
Napoleon was on the same shit. They just would never say it, and then Hitler came
all
through and took it to another
all the
level.
people
But
that they
yeah,
say are
like
dictators,
right,
evil, was
right.
on the same wave black people were.
Yeah.
They were on the same wave.
I think it was envy because they found out who we really was and felt entitled. Like, what, this is
Yeah,
impossible. We get to be the ones. Because they kept going over Africa trying to find remnants and proof that there was a pure white civilization, and they
right,
never found it.
right.
They never found it.
And look what it, and look what the superpower of the world is now. All in China. I mean, all in Africa, and it's China. China is the true superpower of the world right now, and they all in Africa right now.
Hey,
You know
But
what I
they
mean?
going
Like,
back to the source, though. They have to go back to the source. It don't matter
yeah,
how powerful China think that they are. They're going to get.
it gotta go. Yeah,
They're going
yeah,
to get absolved.
yeah.
The population of Africa is too big.
Yep. Look at the technology we use. The most important thing right now is a cell phone battery. The main ingredient in a cell phone battery comes from Africa. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just little shit that, Africa powers everything. You know what I mean? So that's why I always said if this continent is the continent that pretty much gives birth to the world, as far as like energy, there's oil there, it's just every fucking thing is there. Diamonds, gold, whatever you need is there.
It's come back to
Somebody had to be created to protect this continent or maintain this continent and farm this continent. And that's why I feel like we are the original people.
It hasn't been tapped, bro.
Yo,
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why they're going there, getting all those resources.
Hell yeah. It's so much shit there now.
Info guy, like I'm with you on that. Kind of like, do you know when you play like a video game almost? It's you have surrounding areas, and then you have a place where you can go replenish.
Real?
Right.
Like, maybe that's what that's where we're supposed to be able to go and get your resources, like a upgrade. So like maybe now they're gonna start to, like what y'all are saying as far as China's there, is like they trying to use the resources that are like, and they've been doing that, really. Diamonds, like
right, yeah. You remember it went from the blood diamonds now, and I can't think of this certain. I can't think of, but y'all can Google it. Whatever the fuck is, I think it's the lithium, whatever it is. But there's a certain fucking component over there, and it's only in Africa, yo. That's the only place you can get this shit, and they got these fucking mines over there.
Yeah, it has an iron. It has an iron.
Right,
implement
right,
in it, right.
Yep.
Because iron is one of the strongest things in America. Iron is used for everything, bro. Everything. And what's crazy is right. If you look at it, right, when you wear fake jewelry, right, what is it made of? Mainly, most of the time, what is fake jewelry made of?
It's copper, right?
No, it
brass.
Iron.
It has iron.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah.
Right. That's what makes your skin turn green.
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying.
Iron literally is like the catalyst for everything that is life, pretty much. If you look at everything, like food, shit we build, everything, iron is the main catalyst. That's what makes all the other things bond.
Shit in our bloodstream.
Exactly.
I'm about to say, don't forget that we need it in our blood, and a lot of people are iron deficient. And
Right.
if they took iron and got enough of it,
because their
bodies would recover. I heard that some people who are slumped over, they did an experiment, gave them iron, and it helped them to realign their back. Like what you're saying is absolutely correct.
We used to actually be, if you look back in the day, we used to actually be almost a green color. like a tinted color because we had so much iron in us. That's why a lot of us walk around with these iron deficiencies because they've depleted it from us by giving us shots, by doing all these different things that they've been doing.
Diets and shit too. Like a lot of people don't. Yeah, that between that, like you said, and our diet, like all this shit they put in this shit, like all these what the FDA approves. If y'all would look at some of the shit the FDA approves, you would start growing your own shit tomorrow in your backyard. You know what I'm saying? Like it's, but people don't take the time because it's convenience. It's too much for me to go research what the fuck they allow, how many grains of bugs and shit they allow in oatmeal and certain grains and cereals and shit. Like it's all kind of wild shit out there. But if you don't know, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like what they shoot in this food and this meat pause to preserve it. Like
somebody said green, and the reason why I said that, if you look about photosynthesis, right, and you look how plants and how they survive, etc., right? Plants are green. Okay, they're the closest component, if living component that's close to human beings in regards to
black people.
Well, I wanted to say that, but I'm not gonna go.
Black people are literally plants of the
right.
earth.
Nah,
you're right. Yeah.
So if you think about it, way back in the day, if you look at how like hieroglyphs, how old statues, African statues, they are green. They're green because that was the skin color that they used to be.
Right.
We weren't this color. So that's why, like, a lot of things that we are
so we are
deficient as diseases, etc., come from because they have been depleting the iron out of our body.
And amongst other things, the fact that we all live like Europeans, we go outside, we cover ourselves up. We're supposed to be getting kissed and made love to by the sun every day.
Yo, hey yo, newsflash. Hey yo, info guy, you might have a challenge for your job, bro. Check this out. Bro-in-law pulled up USA Today 10 gross things the FDA allows in your food. Revised.
Thank you, brother-in-law. Y'all listen to this shit. This shit is crazy.
CNN.com also reports the same thing. Yo, man, I don't even want to read it, but yo, for every quarter cup of cornmeal, the FDA allows an average of one or more whole insects.
You thought I see? I'm telling you, son, I read this shit a couple years ago and was like, wow.
And they ban that shit overseas. China and all that shit, they don't do
they
that.
ban that shit. Hell, they don't go for that shit.
That's because they're probably brand. So
but there's more. Look, there's more. Okay. Go ahead, Jimmy.
Yo.
Look at Jimmy's face.
Give us one more, Jimmy.
Give us another one.
Yo, bro, like I said, y'all do. I mean, we giving y'all a basis right here to do your research and stop just going out and eating every goddamn thing you see, and they're like and then running out there and not growing your own shit.
I'm trying to tell you.
Start to
shit. Yo, my nigga, they said there's a pesticide that they spray on these fruits and shit and vegetables that when they pick them, they got to put them in a barn and let them shit sit for 2 weeks because them shits is so fucking flammable, they'll blow the fuck up if they sit out in the sun.
Yo, hey, yo, does cheese, I'm not asking this because I'm...
Shit is crazy. And we eat this shit.
I said Jimmy eat everything.
Does cheese supposed to go bad if it's not put in the refrigerator?
Shout out to Watson Farms. What up, Rod?
I know.
Huh?
What?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to tap into Watson Farms. He said, what goes back if it doesn't get put up?
Cheese.
What does that mean? What you mean?
No. Is cheese supposed to go bad if it's not put in the refrigerator?
Yes. Yeah.
Not put it in the refrigerator.
It's supposed to curdle.
Yeah, it's supposed to. But it's already spoiled milk anyway. But it's still supposed to go bad. Yeah.
Yo, I had a piece of cheese on my dresser in my bedroom for about 2 months, my nigga.
Holy shit.
for about 2 months. Yo, guess what color that shit still is?
Yellow.
Like a yellowish green.
Nah, it ain't even green, bro. It's the same color it is. That shit had been in the refrigerator, man.
It's not cheese,
Can
bro.
we know what brand of cheese? Oh, why do I love cheese so much? Oh, terrible.
It's not cheese, bro. That's why.
Right.
We can make our own
Hey,
cheese too. I remember we made it in
hey, bro,
elementary.
they've gotten so good, right? That they make they don't even want us to get the brands that didn't have the shit. Now they making generic shit that we gotta buy, where it go like Kroger brand, Walmart brand, everything, all that. Because previously, they did have to check certain things, what was in there, etc. But once we started going to this vegan route, growing our stuff, doing all this shit, they put all of that shit high as fuck because it used to be cheap. Cheap to get vegetables and stuff like that. But once they caught on, all that shit went high. Then they made all of this great value brand shit because we can't afford food. Food been it's been marked up, bro.
Yo, everything marked up, my nigga. Have you noticed gas also is like sky high the fuck again, man?
Yeah, it is. And you know what it is too? It's inconvenient for people like we're in the South, so it's a little more convenient for us. But how many niggas can go to a farm and get real vegetables and fruit? You know what I'm saying? That's in a major city. Like, so I think like if we started doing that, it would kind of tip the scales a little bit.
I got some people in Georgia right now, bro.
Yeah,
they got a farm, and they tell me all the time to come out there.
No, that's why I just said we're fortunate because we're in the South. If you think of some of these places where farms aren't prevalent, but it's still kind of a city, a metropolitan city, like they don't have the options like we do to go to a farm. Because you're right, around here, it ain't nothing to go find a farm on the outskirts of Atlanta and go get some fresh shit. You know what I mean? You're right about that. But some places don't really have it.
Customer who lost 200 pounds eating homegrown vegetables and meat. She made her own breads and cookies. She cut out all preservatives and literally did no exercise but walk in. Wow.
I can believe that. I can believe that.
She read that off the comments, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I saw it pop up at the bottom of the screen. Every city got a farmer's market, but we stuck in our ways afraid to change.
I can't read shit.
Oh yeah, I read so fast. I read so fast. People, whenever I be reading something, I'll be like, "Look at this," and they'll sit there and they'll pause for what feels like an eternity, and I'm like, "Damn, you ain't finished reading that shit."
But to be honest with you, we're not supposed to be eating like we do anyway. Like that 3 meals a day shit it was made up.
Yeah, that's fake. To keep our energy up for industrial purposes, so that we can keep working.
Right.
Yeah, they try to. So you have to and shit to be healthy, and they put you on their post. Yo, just do some fucking research, people. Yo, I do want to have a good time too before we get off the air. Talk about something else too.
Hell yeah, but I love being able to get with my black people and talk about the things that actually matter. That is a beautiful thing.
Absolutely.
These conversations need to be happening in all of our
So what do y'all? Okay, so here's something funny. What do y'all think? So. You know, Jamie Foxx said what he said, right?
About
what he say?
So he said they killed the man and put him on a cross. So he said something to the.
Oh yeah, the Jewish thing.
They killed the man on a cross or whatever. Don't think that won't do that to you or some shit like that. But speaking on friends, I guess.
And the people in the Jewish community got mad because they felt like they were taking a shot because of the whole Jewish thing and all of that.
Jennifer Aniston came on there.
Well, raggedy ass.
And threw his ass under the bus because she liked the shit at first. And then when they saw that she liked it, that's when the Jewish community came out.
Right.
Yeah, but he said they killed Jesus. He used the term Jesus.
Right.
He didn't say that man on the cross. He said they killed Jesus.
Yeah.
Why would they?
Or something.
Why would they interfere? Unless, like, I'm just gonna say something without saying something.
What's going on?
Right? Like, here's a good way of saying something without saying something. Then we can move on, bro. Like, sometimes you like the guilty speaks when like all you really doing like is telling on yourself. Like, I don't think, like, I'm not saying, because I ain't even hear what y'all talk about, but that's what coming out my mouth. Like, you shouldn't even, like, sometimes
acknowledged it.
Like, nobody even talking to you, nobody don't even, but now you're mentioned.
Right.
Yeah.
That was really crazy because all he said was they. And I remember seeing the tweet and I was like, so I guess the Jewish community identify as they themselves identify as they. So now when we use the term they
I'm about
themselves.
I'm about to.
So I think a lot of these stars are like calling out the gatekeepers, you know what I'm saying? And the gatekeepers are feeling the way because they know they doing fucked up shit, they doing all this shit, etc., etc. So you know what I'm saying? Like, stand on what you stand on. That's why I like what Ice Cube is doing, because it's like I don't give a damn. Like, I don't need them. I'm doing this on my own. Like, I don't need them. Like, I don't need gatekeepers. And I think that's what it is like the gatekeepers is feeling the type of way. They are not following along to whatever they're crying about. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not they aren't doing those things that they cry about. They're doing the complete opposite. You know what I'm saying? Like, and let's not forget, there's different groups of these people. Like, we're not talking about the folks that come over here with the yarmulkes and they got their little
right
on the side and shit. We talking about them fake motherfuckers, please.
Exactly.
My thing. Hopefully it don't. But to me, those are the fakes because they hide their hand a lot. They say they come out and try to be a group, but then when it comes out that they doing the shit, then they like, oh well, we ain't really following that. We just, like that type of shit. So
we watch them crucify black men every time, celebrity black men every time they say anything that is off script. They are. Jamie got a point. They will crucify. They're still consistently crucifying black men with voices. So I feel Jamie.
I think they didn't like that movie he did. To be honest with you.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Putting his name on that as a producer, and then all of this stuff come out, and he gets sick, and all of this other stuff happen.
Right.
Y'all want to get rowdy, huh? Y'all want to tell the truth. Okay, this is what we're gonna do. Like I even think like the whole, like, I'm not gonna say writers don't need their due diligence, but I would even guess if they didn't do this stuff to stop the truth coming out, to stop us making movies, to stop all of these things that are coming out. Like,
what's crazy about that writer strike too? Like, the more it's coming out, the more I'm starting to understand, because you see old girl, I can't think of her name, but she was what was that movie with the African, the African woman? They was the tribe and they was fucking them niggas up. She been in a lot of shit. But that's just the first thing that came out.
I am king, I am woman.
Yeah, something like that. But the main, like her, like she was filming something, and like she just straight up walked off the set. This was like a couple days ago, like maybe like a week ago.
Viola Davis.
But there you go. I couldn't think of a name. Shout out to her. And she was like, and the SAG had already approved of her doing it because it wasn't it wasn't affiliated with anything that had to do with them. And she was like, nah, yo, I gotta rock my people. And straight up walked off the set. So it's real, like to the point where shit, we don't know what the fuck they're gonna do this fall. Like all these shows and shit
I
got shut
know.
down.
Man,
Yeah,
listen. So now I have a different attitude towards some of the content and some of the stories and storylines that I've seen. Sit down, mama, hush. Like at first, I was thinking we can't trust this shit because it's coming from the higher ups. But truth
right,
is, the higher ups they monitor content to a certain extent, but they really just want to collect the check. They're all about paying the writers less. So I feel like the writers in their content has been speaking out
right,
and telling the story, and
right,
now they've lost control because where
right.
did Lovecraft Country go, and why
Yeah,
does Mr. Nancy written out of American Gods after the second season? So I feel like maybe they hadn't been paying attention, and the writers been getting away with a lot of shit and telling the story, or they're trying to reach out to the to the general public with some of the content that they've been creating, and now somebody wants to
oh
take
wow,
control. I don't know what that's about.
that's crazy.
Because if you notice, whenever we do get some good conscious content, it doesn't continue.
Programming.
Like, why can The Walking Dead go 20 fucking seasons, but we can't get a second season of Lovecraft Country? Are you
Yeah,
kidding me? Like that series had you tap into your magic and reminded you that you were original. Like that's a deep ass show. I really love that show. And then
right,
Mr. Nancy was taking it back to slavery, and he was flipping a script. He was like, "What if we would have said hell no and all jumped off that boat and never came over here and gave them what they wanted?"
Yeah.
Like they really put a halt to any content that could, I guess, incite a riot in Black people. Really, it's
Inspire.
It's really inspire us because we're not supposed to have inspiration unless they're going to make profit off of it, doing shit like The Little Mermaid.
right. Now let me ask y'all this, because what you're saying makes a lot of sense. But from the writer, let's from the writer's POV, right? You done put your blood, sweat, and tears into something for 2 years for somebody to stream in 3 days, and so you sold it to the studio for X amount. They took it and put it on whatever streaming service, you know what I'm saying, Netflix, HBO Max, whatever. But they put all the shit up at once. So now your shit got watched in 3 days. It's been ran through, and now your content, because their main beef is like they not getting paid on the digital side of things. Like they get they lump sum up front, whatever it is, you know what I mean? But you still
They're
got
not getting
people
the
watching my
royalties.
shit. Yeah, there you go. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not getting the royalties off of people coming to your app, subscribing just to watch this. X amount of people watching it, whatever the case may be. But
Yeah. The
so
actors
it's
and the writers are not getting it.
man.
On top of it, they make them sign these contracts so that to where they can't write for any other companies for like 7 years. So
Right.
if they wrote for this series, hey, hush. If they wrote for this series for 2 years and they're out of work, by contract, they can't even go and sign up to write for anyone else. They're
Yep.
stuck under that contract until somebody decides that they want to work with them again
Yep.
within that business. And that is so messed up.
Yep.
Leash.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Crazy.
You know, so.
I agree with that though. Like, if you look at a lot of these shows like that depict and tell a picture, like Atlanta was one of my favorite shows, right? And then not just because I live in Atlanta, but because based off of what what's his name was putting the content in the story, right?
Yeah.
And if y'all think about it, like at the end of the series, right? He was going in depth, right? And then like if you think about it, like after that last season, or when they were saying that, when they were giving hints of that, et cetera, like they were already like implementing, oh, we about to shut this shit down because he was telling us too much information. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's how I feel like we got a little bit of pull until it starts generating conversation between us in the community.
when more people, you know what I'm saying? Because before, previously, when we had shows, we were just looking at them as just television shows for our entertainment purposes, not to gather information.
Bro.
Now we dissecting these shows and they giving us information. So
like here's the thing though. Like for me, in the most part, I feel like this is the main reason why I like I say, like we should talk about a lot of things, bro. Like for me, like I just feel like because of the social media and because of the access, like what, like who we talking to. Z say this all the time, like trying to penetrate a system that we're gonna have to get into to in order to beat. So the main thing for me is like I always say this too, is like certain secrets and things like knowledge that we do know of, you know, like it's good in certain hands and it's good in, you know, like everybody ain't ready, like everybody ain't blue pill, but what I'm saying is they control the machine, right? So they have they have access, like so sometimes exposing, like we have to do a lot more background conversation without, like we got to give a little without giving too much to what we, you know what I'm saying, like to what we know, like necessarily.
Like you said, unfortunately, like to reach the masses, we have to have these conversations, but we have to have it on a platform we don't own. So we doing it on a YouTube. We doing it on, you know what I'm saying? So like it's like a catch-22 almost. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, even if we was to get in the public and do it on a fucking microphone, his cameras everywhere, they can still zoom in and watch the whole. So yeah, it's just a battle we got to fight almost in front of them. You know what I'm saying? Like.
It's okay though. You know what? That's okay because at this point we can't do anything the same way that we've done it before. The new way that things are going to be done, we don't even know it yet. You know what I'm saying? Right now we're under heavy fucking surveillance. We're in this Truman Show prison type of, you know, matrix of a reality right now. I think with all of the research in the world, all of the studying down to our bloodlines, our molecular system, they're still not going to figure out how we are going to overcome this situation in the future. We don't even know. It's in us and we're not even aware of it. And I think that they think that they've covered every corner, possibly done every calculation. They think they done conquered math and they got the numbers and they got it all. But I have so much faith in our being that the way that things are going to roll out, we don't know. So we just need to chill right now. None of us are a real threat. We don't have any huge platforms. We're not under any contractual agreements with any big organizations or nothing like that. So this is actually the better way to do it because we don't have any real obligation. And so right now, all we can do is drop these breadcrumbs here and there. And I think in the future that we probably can't see, and the future that we might not even be a part of, that's what they're afraid of.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So us doing all of this right now is definitely going to make a huge difference. We just don't know how it's going to come together, but it's not going to be nothing like it was. It ain't going to be no one leader, no Malcolm X's, no MLKs, none of that. It's going to happen again. It can't happen again.
False. That's right. That's correct. Yo, but do you believe in time travel though?
In essence.
Yeah, I was gonna say yeah, in the sense of it, yes.
Because there is not even any time. You know, I've been reading this book called shit, I forgot what it's called. The something universe. I forgot what it's called, but it's a good book. It's a woman who, what she does is she has these patients who she put them under hypnosis and she talked to them from their past lives. So the person who's under the hypnosis have no type of comparison in personality to who she's talking to when the person is under. And the stories that they are telling really do align up. I guess I don't know if it's a fictional book yet, but I don't think that it is. I think that this is from a woman's real research. And so she doesn't give her narrative. All she do is repeat what she's told. She's not saying, I think it's this, I think it's that. But something that stood out to me, was that one of the beings or one of the people from the past life said that we are all coexisting in this past, present, and future simultaneously. We're all just tapped into different realms of that, and we visit different realms in different bodies. So the entity or whatever it was talking about death, but not using the term death. What the entity said was there are resting periods that we go through, and then when we go through those resting periods, they could be 300 years, they could be 200. There is no sense of time. So to us, it might seem like there's time, but in this other dimension, there is no time. So that when we die, quote unquote, if we die, which there's a lot of things that say that we actually don't, we have a resting period where we will come back in these different realms, just depending on what frequency we're on. So I kind of like follow along stuff like that for the most part.
Now, you know what that can make sense too, because if you think about like, let's say, the multiverse, you're dealing with Earth and different shit. Like, so if there's different Earths and different, every time you make a decision, if you would have did this, it creates a whole nother universe somewhere, and then, whatever, right? So when you deal with deja vu, you know what I'm saying? And you know for a fucking fact
that you've experienced this time in this moment
this very moment. You know what I'm saying? Like you can damn near predict everything that's going to happen, but it either happens in a different way or it just happens kind of in reverse. But you know for a fact, hell no.
Something is going on here. What the hell is this? The book is called The Convoluted Universe. And I honestly think that we travel even when we sleep. I had this weird dream that this is crazy. I'm gonna tell y'all real quick. I had this dream that I had met up with some other people in front of like the Capitol, and somehow, y'all, this is deep. We knew that we couldn't meet up in person, so we all decided to go to sleep and meet there in our dream. And the form that we took in the dream were UFOs, little specks of light. And see, when I woke up, I was like, "Fuck!" So, are we really seeing giant, what you call it, flying objects in the sky, or are these really little orbs of light that we think that are so far away that they're small, but they're really little orbs of light? Is this how we travel outside of the body? That's why I'm not falling.
Dreams are
crazy ass shit.
Dreams are basically time traveling. You're basically reliving your whatever memory that you already had been through.
Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all something creepy too that happens to me all the time, every night, and my wife will vouch for this, bro. Like, I don't like normally whatever happens in the house stays in the house, but like
thank you for sharing with us. I'm excited.
So because I got diabetes, right? Like my physical body, like this is like I'm talking because this is how like I'm starting to feel. My physical body will start to do certain things that I have to awake and do things to make sure it's okay. So in my sleep, bro, I don't know where the fuck I be. Like, I promise you. And then when I come back to, like, my wife is like when I come back to, she's standing over me with like orange juice or something. And like, I promise you, like, sometimes I be like, I feel like I'm riding on the back of a camel sometimes. Like, and the dream be so real. Like, sometimes she'd be like, yo, you be slapping me. You be hitting me. You be talking to me. You be choking me. And this happens every night to the wish sometimes. And bro, I be feeling like when I come back to and when I come back in, sometimes I be downstairs already in my fucking kitchen already, opening the kitchen door. Now, this ain't the diabetes. Like this ain't the diabetes. This is something out of body, bro. Like when it happens.
Right.
I call it quantum leaping, because when you wake up, you really feel like you went somewhere. Like you got this feeling in your body that you actually traveled and you had the experience. You don't wake up like, oh man, it was just a dream. You wake up like, damn, where did I just come from?
Correct.
Right?
That's what it.
That shit is deep as fuck, and that's why I feel like we're traveling in these little orbs of light that they're gonna try and say, oh, it's aliens. I think that's us. I think that's us leaving when we sleep. I think that's what it is. I don't think it's no crazy ass big unidentified high tech technology. I think that that's
You
the
know, they
form that
said that's one of the theories too, is that aliens ain't traveling through the galaxies millions of light years. They just traveling through time, like through the multiverses. Like, so it's not necessarily that they got to go, like I said, a million light years. They just got it to the point where they could just phase into a whole different time. So, you know what I'm saying? Going back to, like you said, you know, it's the dream state and all this shit like that. So,
dream state is
yeah,
powerful. We don't really know a
yeah,
lot about it, and I have really vivid dreams. I mean, I have predicted pregnancies. I have seen people in real time where they are. I had a dream where I had to hit a guy up on Facebook. I said, "Hey, are you okay?" He said, "Why?" I said, "You came to me last night in my dream and told me that you and your wife was having problems, and you felt like she was doing this and this happened and this happened." He fucking completely opened up to me. He said, "I do, I did, it is." And then he gave me the whole story. And my stupid ass thought that I was supposed to go and save his marriage. I was like, why did he come to me in my dream? It's my duty to help him save his marriage. So because of that, I started getting involved
Telecommunication.
in his business. Like I was trying to check up on his wife and you know what I'm saying? She probably thought I was a creep, but she didn't understand that I was doing like a cosmic duty. Like this ain't
right.
got nothing to do with nothing, but just the accuracy of what he said to me while I was asleep. I said, when your souls come to me in a sleep, it's serious, and I take that as a moral duty. But it's
Telecommunication. Do y'all believe in it?
yeah,
You
black
Leo?
people do it all the
Hell
time.
yeah.
Hey,
Hell.
hey, bro said you Leo, the cousin of Cleo, the psychic.
Hell no, no. Cleo was a fraud. No, this right here is real. This be so real that it scared the shit out of people.
Yeah.
When it's real like this, it's scary to people. You know
But
what I'm
a
saying?
lot
It
of
ain't
us,
exciting and stuff.
got this power though. We all
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
can tap into
Yep.
that same gift. That's the power that we possess. We just
Yeah,
That's
that's
don't
the
know.
power of the spirit.
We
Yep.
lost it.
We
So,
lost it.
and that's what they're scared of in regards to us regaining our knowledge again.
Mm-hmm.
Because once we get our powers back, there's nothing they can do, bro.
Yo,
Yep.
what you think Super Friends is? All that the Avengers
Right.
and all. What
Right.
you
Right.
think that
That's
really is?
us.
Hell yeah, it's something about us. It is. People might probably think that we all out here just thinking we special, but it, the way that everything is turning out, all of the surveillance, all of the systematic oppression, all of the detailed things and put into place to make sure that we stay in somewhere, something is going on. Something is going on. Why is there a meeting about melanin every 3 years, but no melanated people are invited? You know,
Right.
like
Right.
Man.
Right.
what is really
Right.
going on out here? Like at some point you gotta be like, something
Like
is going on.
even something as simple as, you know, you think of the Bilderberg group and you think of the most powerfulest and richest people in the world meeting in secrecy. That is something has to come out of that ain't right. Like, why the
Yeah,
fuck y'all meeting in secret? You know what I'm saying? Like, why
right.
y'all won't tell us what you talking about? You know what I'm saying?
What
But
y'all talking
nobody
about?
ever questions this. Like, you know,
What you
so
talking about, Willis? What y'all talking about over there?
exactly, exactly.
Yo,
You
my
know
What
what I
nigga,
y'all talking
mean?
about? What y'all
yo,
doing?
out. You know,
Right.
like we was going back, like I'm gonna just go back to the America situation, how like it's a company, it's a business, right? And every other nationality has stake here, except
Mhm.
for us. Like every other race has a
Right.
voice because we belong to somebody. So you know, like if something happens to an Asian here at the United Nations table, they have to answer to somebody. Like we always talk about, like there's nobody speaking for us. Like if we're African
Right.
American, the Africans should be like, hey, we don't like the way they're getting treated. Like I was
Right.
watching just some old Malcolm X shit,
Mm-hmm.
and that's something he has said as well. It was like there's nobody like
To
our
represent
voice.
us.
The master's voice is our voice. You know,
Mhm.
so
Y'all know why? Y'all
huh?
know what this is? Y'all know
That
why?
only proves
Because
we
we're the
are the
product.
chosen
We're the
people,
main
bro.
product that this
That's why.
company sell, y'all. We are the main product that this company sell, and everybody want a hand in the stock of us. So who the fuck are we?
Yeah.
What are we? And why is everybody in line to put their hand in the cookie jar? Who the fuck we are? Why are there pyramids
G-O-D.
out here? Why do I have some ancestors that are buried in fucking Egyptian type tombs in the Americas. Who the fuck are we, and why is everybody standing in line to get their chance to stick their dick in us? Like, who the fuck are we, really?
It comes back to yo. It all circles back, right? It all circles back. Like everything that you're saying, it circles back. Like, and so that's why they're keeping oppressing us. That's why we don't have somebody in table. If we did,
we could demand one.
I mean, they're gonna shut us down. They're gonna shut us down because we're the product. We're not allowed to have a voice. We're the product, just like a celebrity. You're no longer a human being. You're the product. You're the product. We're the product, and we are a very lucrative product. And they have a lot of stocks and bonds, and we back the currency here. It ain't backed in no precious metals. We are the currency, and melanin is worth more than gold. This business's backing is on us. So why? Who the fuck are we?
You know who we are.
Who are you?
I know who I am.
This planet, I'll answer it like this. This planet was created perfectly for certain species that fill in the blanks. Tropical weather,
to survive,
abundance of water, sunshine. Yeah, you're gonna deal with the cold a little bit in certain areas, only if you're over there. But if you stay over here, it's tropical.
Yo,
I mean,
like animals for real. We gonna hop that time. We gonna shack up during that time.
Right.
We're gonna reproduce, right? The mama the baby mama's supposed to come out in the spring and get birth. Like, we really are aligned with the nature of this place. It is not a game. It is not a game.
Who want to be the winner though? Like, I mean, if it's super cold, you want to be in that's the time when that shit happened.
It's cuffing season. That's literally our nature.
But then if we think about it, that's only here. It ain't cold everywhere. Like, in some places, tropical all year long. And that's where we was at. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like, you know, it's only cold over here. You know what I mean? In Europe and all that shit. Yeah.
We built for anything, though.
Right.
Yo, that's why they
literally say that. People with melanin.
That's why they got these weather machines, bro. They trying to keep the sun out.
Well, that's how we get our activation. Literally, we wouldn't even need their food if we really understood our relationship with the sun. We wouldn't need to be ingesting a lot of food and stuff anyway. Maybe some greens here and there, but really, we are just like the plants. Like, we only need water and sun. That shit is deep right there. It's a lot of breadcrumbs we dropping. So maybe
something. I gotta eat an apple. Like,
I mean, that's what I'm saying. It's fruit and stuff that grow on the trees and stuff. We don't need to be eating like how we eat. We really only need some sunlight. And then even with the fruit and stuff, y'all, we still just getting water. Y'all know that.
Yeah.
We still really
You're right.
And water, even if we don't get it in the form of fruit.
I'm trying to get there. I'm trying to get there.
You gonna get there.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there. I think
you gonna get there.
I think we all trying in our own way, like different ways, you know, to get to that, you know, to where we need to
be. I want to be, what's it? The only fit is pescatarian, where you just only eat fish.
I'm with my brother-in-law right now, and he literally cut out all of that shit. Now he is Muslim, but you know, like, he literally cut out all of that shit. Meat, all that, like fish, all that. Like, this man is like strictly vegetarian.
Vegetarian?
Yeah, so it's like there's.
How long you been doing that? How long you been doing that?
He started last year, I believe. Yeah, I think
I gotta use the bathroom. I'll be right back.
Okay,
bro.
That was a dope ass.
He said he still eats fish, but no other meat.
Yo, bro in here don't eat no he's straight veggie. He don't eat no meat, right? Yeah, because I went to the cookout. I was on the grill. He had the veggie burgers, so I can testify.
I went to stay at Pont City Market.
Yeah,
they got everything.
Yeah, everything big.
Like,
so
like boneless.
Who is talking? Info
Huh?
That's
That,
over in your room, ain't it?
yeah, I told you that's
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm looking up here. Info, I'm like, what the fuck? It's muted.
Nah,
Oh,
info
okay.
guy is on another. We somewhere else,
Yeah, I got
but
you.
he got his brother-in-law there. But nah, a lot of us is going this route because we're understanding like how our bodies work. So I
Uh-huh.
think I think if we all like collectively put our energy towards that, like
Hmm.
other things are going to happen. Like just imagine, right? A
Yeah.
fight broke out in the country of Alabama, right? And we
Hmm.
all uproared together like unity.
Yeah.
Just imagine if we could do that in different pockets of things that we need to do together.
We can.
Like
We can. We
We
just
how
scared.
much things we could
and we
change.
We
we
scared and we not prepared. We don't have the resources. We don't have the backing. So, like I said, whenever we do come together, it's going to be in a way that we don't even know how it's going to happen, and they don't even know how it's going to happen. But it's not going to happen like it's ever happened before. Right now, I think we just chilling. Right now, we done
yeah,
seen what they can do. We just chilling right now.
I'm strategizing. Like I'm a chess player. Like for
Hmm.
real. Like I don't play checkers at all. I play chess all the time. And what
Hmm.
I'm doing is I'm strategizing because all this the right people gonna be putting in my path to who I need to be aligned with
Hmm.
to make certain moves happen. And like I said, it's not gonna be televised until it's time to strike for real, for
Yeah.
real.
No.
You know,
True that. True that.
so you
And
know,
that's all right. We're gonna have each other's back. I don't care how scrambled up we are. We're like magnets. I don't give a
we
shit.
are
If you throw a bunch of magnets in the air, it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? If it's time
they,
to come together, we all
they
gonna
gonna
come together. It's in the underlying nature of our existence. And that's
correct.
why I believe in telepathy. Because we literally can look at each other and figure out what's going on. We have this unspoken level of communication that's already embedded in us anyway. But I do
Right.
think that when we tap into our diets, earlier when we were talking about like doing DNA and stuff like that and trying to figure out who we are, a friend of mine told me that it's better to study the blood. Um, or if you do get a DNA test, to hire someone to study the actual, I think it's called haplogroup, haplogroup. I can never say the word. And there are people who can teach you uh, where your bloodline region came from. So I think maybe Black people should be more tap more into that. There are specialists out here that could test the immunity in your blood. So they said that they had high immunity for something like malaria, which says that their bloodline originated in a certain region. I think if we went deeper into the studying the blood, not just based off of the DNA test or whatever, because that's all commercial and entertainment. But if you really want to find out your blood type and like the history of your blood and where it came from, and study the immunity that your blood, the natural immunity that your blood have. I heard that helps, and also I heard that or read that eating according to your blood type helps. Y'all heard of that?
No, yeah. Oh, definitely. I was just sitting here trying to think. Yeah, because with on my grandfather's side, it was predominantly Native American, and on my grandmother's side, her. Let me see. Let me get this right. Her grandfather was white. My grandmother's grandfather was white, which will make him my great great grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I guess I would have to go back and figure that out. But I'm sure that
Yeah,
happened
you're
to a
gonna
lot
have
of us
older
here.
blood. Whoever was white that's newer blood. You're gonna have remnants
Yeah,
of
yeah,
older, more ancient blood in your body. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying? But
yeah.
but the
Yeah. Yo, I love how straightforward it like fucking like yeah, that's new blood. That shit ain't
Yeah,
yeah.
nah, but you know what though? Because when she said it, I had to think about it. I was like, yeah, because I can only go as far back as on my grandfather's side. I can only go as far back as his grandmother, and on my grandmother's side, I can't go. I can only go as far back as her grandfather, which is the white dude I'm talking about. You see what I'm
Look at
saying? Like
you.
I can't.
Their blood is already canceled out and it's been cleaned and filtered out. Look at you.
Right.
Look
Yeah.
at
You
you.
see what I
Yeah.
mean? Yeah.
We
Yeah. So
already
it's
been
crazy.
filtered.
Yeah. Yep.
Bro,
Yep.
got
We
no
already
Yeah.
been filtered
got
out.
no Caucasian in my joint.
None?
like I talked to my mom. Like I tell you, me and my Duke's been having conversations lately, like for
Yeah.
hours on FaceTime.
Mhm.
Like her great, like I know that far back now, like from talking to her. And from it ain't been none of that, but still we got light-skinned cousins. See,
Yeah, that's because when black women produce all shades, all
Yeah.
50 shades.
Come on. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I think shit, albinos come from us. There's some genetically, there's a lot of people out here that believe that albinos and genetic splicing from them are the original Europeans.
But you know what?
I'm turning white, bro.
No
cap.
The whole like white thing is made up.
My skin is.
Yeah.
That shit is because of the last names and them changing our names and all of that shit. That's why.
The mixing and the washing that they did. Yeah.
Right. Oh yeah, definitely. Like, like it's documented, like, you know what I'm saying? Like when that's the good thing about, how we used to, when you can speak to your great aunt, and all of that. Like, and I used to hear the stories of how the white, which would be my great grandfather, whatever the fuck, how he shunned my grandmother's father, which was black, because he had him with a white, with a black, slave. So that's what I need to find out. My mother's father. I need to find my grandmother's father. Excuse me. I need to find out where his mother came from, because that's where my shit is gonna start at. Because that who was brought over here on the slave ships and then got raped and so on and so forth. So
that's so cool to tap into that information, to find out more about like who you are and where you came from.
Right.
It's so exciting. And so I know that I have people in a certain area in Louisiana, and it's called Bastrop. And I got curious. I was like, well, what did the word Bastrop come from? Who the fuck? What's Bastrop? And so then I did some research, and it was like a Dutchman named Baron de Bastrop came and settled there while there was a tribe already occupying the lands, and the tribe occupying the lands was known as the Iroquois tribe. So then I was like, what is the Iroquois tribe? Then you start doing your digging and finding out who was who and what was what before the colonization even began over here. So you're gonna have to go back even further than the colonization.
Right. Now I'm gonna tell you some ill shit on my
master, great grandpa. It was some shit going on over here before he even brought his ass over here.
Right, and that's why I'm gonna tell you some ill shit on my grandfather's side. So his last name is Pitts. You know what I'm saying? So from what was told to us, like I said, I know my grandfather's mother's side, but his father's side, from what I was told, it was that they were Egyptians, and you know what I'm saying. And eventually they settled in Pittsburgh. And that's where the whole Pittsburgh, right? You know what I'm saying? So if I was like, oh, what? You know what I mean? So it fucked me up. But my mom, my aunt, and my cousin, they took a trip out to Kansas, and it's crazy because they went out to Manhattan, Kansas.
Yeah.
Eventually, my grandfather moved to Manhattan, New York, then Brooklyn, so on, you know what I mean? But that's where they started at. So just to, like you said, to find out shit like this, like damn, like
that's funny, bro.
Because
you know what?
I can't go no further than that. Right? Like that's where I get stuck at. Like
I can give you some people who can give you some information.
On the Midwest side, right? Yeah, because I know, especially you being on that side, info guy, you probably are plugged in out there. Yeah,
I know a lot of pits.
Oh, that's dope. That's dope.
That is super dope, and that's absolutely true that they said that you got ancestry in Egypt, because this was apparently the original Egypt.
Yeah.
Like
So it's ill. Yeah,
Memphis.
That you said about the Mississippi River is the original now, like that. That makes so much sense. Like trying to make people believe that we weren't here already, we was brought here.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we were brought after, like you were saying, after they really here.
We weren't brought no damn where. They couldn't enslave us really on our own. They might have rotated us around, but we weren't just brought here like that. I think that there definitely were small pockets of people who were brought over here to do some type of labor and work and stuff like that. But listen, when you watching the civil rights movement and all that, you can tell that these are historical black people who got cut out of a deal. They're not out here just fighting for trying to fight for some rights. They trying to fight for what the fuck they was owed because somebody lied to them. Like people ain't paying attention. If you looking at everything that they were doing, There's specific people here that had rights here, that owned banks here, that owned land, that built monuments, that did stuff, and they got cut the fuck out, deceived, and tricked, and they're out here fighting for that. They just wasn't some slaves from Africa that became free and decided they wanted to fight. Like, that shit is the furthest shit from the truth. Our people was out here saying, you told us we was gonna be fucking citizens and a part of this system.
Right.
You took away our birthrights. You tricked us into selling our goddamn land. You made us walk the trail of tears. Now, where the fuck is what we supposed to get out of the deal?
Right.
I just watched some shit the other day. I said, no, my people ain't over here trying to fight for freedom. No, they trying to fight for what the fuck they owe. Y'all owe us because we supposed to be in agreement here. Because the Moroccans, which Morocco is Africa, it's African. The Moroccans signed the treaty with y'all in 1776. That's supposed to be a friendship treaty. So how the fuck did we get cut out of the deal? And the United States and the White House still got a room dedicated to Morocco. It's the Silver Room or some shit like that. So there is some legal power here when it comes down to the relationship of Morocco and this business. But the fact of the matter is that they lied to us and changed the curriculum and they made it hard for you to identify who the fuck a Moroccan is.
Yeah.
So now you don't even know that you're goddamn Moroccan.
Yeah,
you don't know that this is your land. You don't know that this is your birthright here because you traded it in for citizenship to be property for the business. So it's all fucked up.
Right. So do y'all think that, like, to that point, right?
Are you supposed to
do y'all think a lot of those ethnicities and everything were made up because there was black people in those areas and they didn't want to depict the black person as these different tribes or ethnicities or whatever you want to call them? So that's the reason why you see a lot of them on that have that European look. Like, it's so diluted, even though there's black people in pretty much in every country, like every country, every continent, everything, right? But you don't hear black people be called Moroccans. Like, if you go overseas and you go up to black people, they're called, yes, exactly. They're called that.
They're the Moors. You get Moors out of Moroccan. I don't think people are putting 2 and 2 together.
Right. 2 and 2
yeah.
2 and 2 is 5. To niggas.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we are the original Moroccans. That's our nationality. We're the Moroccans. Moroccan. Somehow it's tied into the word America because it wasn't always America. It was America. There's all this change in the terminology, but if we got down to the bottom of our actual nationality of the black people who was here, who was tricked out of their identity, we are Moroccans. That would be our nationality.
Yo, I want to close out right there because I think when we put a message out, we need to let that shit soak in. Let people sit in a couple 100,000 times in Google, and and do some research, because it was something I wanted to ask you. Yo, what was that female boxer? I don't know if y'all heard about this. The female boxer, right? She challenged a guy boxer.
Oh yeah. Oh man, what is her name? Oh man.
Oh, why?
But I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Oh, you talking about Miss Shields?
Yeah. She challenged what's
Thurman?
So like he's a boxer. Like,
Keith Thurman. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's his son. Like, that's the son though. That's not who you thinking. That's the son.
Oh, okay. I ain't pay attention to that. Okay.
Oh, it's the
son. It's like he's got that lineage. Like, he be knocking people out, but he's the son of Thurman. He's not.
Got you.
Yeah.
So, like, I just wanted to, like, but I heard, her saying she ain't never knock a woman out though. You know what I'm saying? What do y'all think? Do y'all think that fight? Like, I think that fight should be, like, if it happens, it should be a charity fight. I don't want to see that type of fight because he loses either way.
Either way. Either way, he loses. Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
even
I
think
mean,
they're gonna make that happen because you know that,
yeah.
like in
It ain't
boxing,
worth
they
it.
have to have certain rules. Like they gotta follow certain regulations. Like
Nah,
it would
Right.
have to be like an exhibition or some shit. Like
yeah, but they can do whatever. They brought niggas and bro, the powers, like the powers are limitless with these motherfuckers. So
You're
I,
right, but like you said, he can't win. Either way, he can't win.
I
Because
can
if
see it happening. I can see it happening just with the, I could do this movement. Me too. All that. I could see this actually happening though, like in society. I could see her doing it. I could see it happening, bro. And I think,
I honestly think that's just a machine working, right? Like
yeah,
you feel what I'm saying? Not saying that she didn't say that. I'm just saying like we've been so like we're entertainment for them. You know what I'm saying? Like let's not act like there was an era of boxing that wasn't like for a while now. Boxing ain't been shit. It's because there ain't been a bunch of us in the forefront like dominating, right? And then you know what I'm saying, when we do have people dominating, it's really like it wasn't really like the Mike Tysons and the over there of the world. So to get a reaction or to get hype off and make money off of us, they gotta do shit like that.
Well, I hope this ain't a new trend because it ain't good. I
and
ain't. You ain't either. Yeah, it's not even good boxing. Who the hell wants to see? That's
I'm
not.
by a woman.
Patriarchy ain't about to let that happen. Men can move into women's spaces and want to be the new woman and want to be woman of the year all day. They is not about to let no woman take no type of a male title at all. Ain't no woman about to be no NBA.
Unless he wear a wig and got some
Now
breath.
they gonna let him beat the shit out of her online. They gonna let him beat the
Right.
shit out of her online.
Be a transformer, they'll do it.
They gonna let happen. And this is a message to any straight woman who feels like they could be better than a man.
Oh
Like,
my
Right.
God, why would she even do this to herself?
yeah.
What if it's
And on that note,
Well, she got to get in the ring. Oh no.
on that note, what is it? Yeah, we've been going for what, an hour 51. We almost gave them 2 hours tonight, y'all. That's good enough.
No, that's a
Let
good
them
topic.
digest. We dropped a lot of jewels. Let them digest some of this shit. We come give it to them again on Thursday.
Yeah.
Y'all do this twice a week?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I had no idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
It don't be this long though. Trust me. Only when you come on do we go over the time limit.
Right.
Oh man, I'm sorry. I'm trying to be all
No, she be
long-winded.
tapping in.
Nah, yeah, you can't cut it short. Yeah, we can't cut it short because we be going in. So
yeah, you
have a place to be this person. Y'all know on my Facebook, it's just all fun and fuckery. Me cussing niggas out, talking shit, posting ratchet stuff. So I gotta have some type of space where I can come and be this, because this is who I really am.
right.
Everything else is for entertainment purposes. Deep down at the root of me, I care about all of this.
That's what's up. Yeah.
Yeah. So I appreciate you guys for having me.
Shout out to Blue, man. Y'all know that's the homie. That's our.
Yeah, I mean,
that's
me
our
and
sis, man.
a glass of water, right? You like the lemon. You know what I'm saying? So it's like it goes well.
That's a good analogy. That's a good analogy.
Very alkaline and refreshing and
yeah.
beneficial.
The little. So that's what's up, man. We appreciate you coming through.
Yeah, as always, bro. Shout out to you.
Yeah.
Thank you, fellas.
All right.
Time.
And so everybody else, man, we'll be back Thursday. Same time.
Info guy, this nasty ass honey jack you brought over here like several weeks ago at the game night. This shit is. I'm drinking it now because I ran out of liquor. That shit is disgusting, bro.
It ain't my.
I don't know
It ain't
how
my
you
liquor.
do it.
It ain't my choice.
I don't know how you do it. That shit is nasty, brother.
Bye, some black men.
All right, boo.
Bye.
All right. So,
All right, y'all. All right.
I've been sick with no remedy. All my thoughts come from loud and some Hennessy. God told me show mercy to my enemy. What the devil saying make his ass a memory. I'm blacking out and yesterday is just a blur to me. And the only way to stop me is to murder me. I spit it hot, I burn a track to the 3rd degree. A surgeon to the beat, I give it open heart surgery. I give it life, I keep it real. I'm spitting life, my wrongs, my rights, my kids and wife. Like to gamble, I'm pitching dice. Bob Barker grind, looking for the right price. Stuck in a trap for the cheese like mice. Lands on